Hey everybody. So, hi. How's it going tonight? I hope you're having a good one so far. We're late. We're starting late. I'm not quite done setting up yet. I was on good pace for everything, and we're having a bit of a parenting night tonight. So, I actually have to go tend to a kiddo right now. But I did want to let everybody know the stream is still happening. I'm still here. It's just gonna be a couple minutes, so I'm gonna put you guys on Be Right Back. I'm happy to see you. I hope you're having a good night. I hope things are maybe going a little more smoothly on your end. But I will be back, and we will do some art. So give me just a moment, and I'll be back. So thank you for your patience, and I will see you guys hopefully in just a few. There we are. All right. See you in a few. Hey, I'm back, at least for the moment. How are you all doing tonight? If you'll just bear with me, I'm actually gonna finish setting up a couple things while I'm talking because it is 10:20, and things, sometimes your kids need you at times that don't always work out for the schedule that you hoped. So you do your best, and we're doing our best right now. We're doing our best. Tell you what though, tell you what is a win. There was a moment where we thought there was a rubber band in a kid's ear, and we thankfully found the rubber band. So that's a good feeling. Sometimes, not to discourage anyone from having kids, because honestly, I love it, and I couldn't imagine life without my kiddos. Sometimes not finding the rubber band and knowing it's not in your kid's ear, that's the win. That's the entire win. And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that tonight. I'm a little afraid that I'm starting to sound kind of unhinged. Which, it happens. I don't say blue. That's good. Let's get that blue going. What do you think, guys? Blue? Do we like blue? I like blue. That's what I usually go with. Okay, there we are. So yeah, we're doing a setup with me right now, apparently. But I hope you're all having a good night tonight. I hope it's been a good one. I hope you've had a good week. This was not Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, that's about where I'm at right now. Hold on, I plug this in here. Put this wire in. Okay. Well, look at that. We are more or less in business. Did I get my art glove? Nope. 1 second. So yeah, usually, I think I've pointed out before that I am, Ashley and our parents of a neurodiverse child, and they're an amazing, wonderful kid. They present some unique challenges. I mean, every kid presents some challenges anyway, but there's some unique challenges. Usually, they are asleep by now, or mostly asleep. Although sleep is also an issue, but not tonight. And so I may have to hop out if they need some further assistance. We're having a bit of a rough go with bedtime tonight. At almost 3 years of streaming, I'm kind of fortunate that this, it's worked out as many times as it has. Okay, thank you. I kind of needed a second. I'm guessing that you all picked up on that. I'm guessing that was clear, but I'm good. Good. Okay, so let's talk art. This is June the 4th. That's what, yeah, the 4th. As we know, the goal I had set for myself was to finish up my GDQ piece around now. I had said within like the first few days of June. Basically, roughly, I think last week I decided that this would be a good point for that. Where am I at with that, I guess, is where I'm going with all this. And where that is close. Come on, Jeff, there you go. So I had prepped for a warm-up before things went a bit crazy here in House Wagworks. Castle Wagworks? I don't know. Anyway, this is where we're at. We've come a really long way. So you'll see we've got all of our characters are done. Colored, shaded, and highlighted. Oh, Pence, you've got your flats underneath going on. And that looks weird. No, that isn't right either. Oh, area scaling. I bet that's what it was. Okay, we can fix that. Easy peasy. Hello? So the other thing I should mention that was an additional stressor tonight. Pen Y! Oh my gosh, I swear. This is the most cursed stream night I think I've ever had. All right. Okay, 2 things. 1, I'm gonna close Clip Studio and give it time to think about what it's done. And then maybe it will decide it wants to pick up on my pen. 2, Kiddo is definitely gonna need some assistance at this moment. So I'm gonna make good use of that be right back button. And I'm gonna send you guys there. I'm gonna run an ad roll just so there's something different to look at aside from the same old art carousel that I desperately need to update. And then I'll be back in a few minutes after I see if we can get things sorted here. So thank you again for your patience, and I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. How's it going? Yeah, that was something. Well, if you come in during the time that I was on Be Right Back, hi, I'm Jeff. You can also call me Wags, and we're gonna do some art tonight. This is probably the most cursed start to stream I have ever had. Yeah. That's okay. You know what? We got past it. We got past the tech issues. Kiddo is settling in, maybe. So we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do it, guys. We're really gonna do it. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna skip warm up, obviously, because this is like, this is 40 minutes into what I usually would be streaming. So I'm just gonna jump right into the piece. I'm restarting my clip studio, so hopefully it will actually like pick up on my pen. If it doesn't do that, I don't know. I don't know what my plan is. Usually restarting it will deal with this, so let's check it out. All right, so here's where we are. This is what I've got done so far. We're most of the way there. I will have to do a little background painting to get something behind the clock tower, but I've got all the characters are done. So let's take a little tour. Characters are done, flatted and shaded. That's what it was. Is I wanted to. Okay, these dots are actually my highlight and shadow colors that I have saved on a separate layer. I had to fix something. Oh my gosh, pen, why? You've got to be kidding me. This may be it, guys. This may be the night that I finally lose it on stream. Why? What? Oh. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I know what's happening. I know. Okay. So, let me just double check to make sure I'm unmuted, because I've done that before too. Okay. So. Part of the curse tonight was that my Bluetooth decided it didn't want it to work. So I went to go connect my headphones, and like control panel looked different, and I actually had to reinstall all my Bluetooth drivers. This guy works via Bluetooth, so I'm willing to bet I need to do something to re-add it or to get it to re-register. Give me a second. We will figure this. You know what? We're just gonna do this together. We're gonna get through it together. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, doing a little research here. So, okay, this probably won't blow up in my face. Just first I have to remove the old device. I'm sure that's fine. All right. Okay. This is going... Okay. Now. Oh, internet, I sure hope you're right. Hold the button. Okay. To go into pairing mode until the LED light blinks. All right. And the light was where again? Oh my gosh. Maybe that did it. This is not. Please tell me my Bluetooth pen didn't die. Hold on. It was there for a second. Man. Hold on. I'm doing something inadvisable. Okay. I swear it just worked during my critique group at lunch. Did I actually use it then? Okay. Well. Okay. Well, back to just chatting mode. I don't even know if I should try to call this an art stream right now. This is not going great, guys. This is just comedy of errors. Comedy of errors. Okay. All right, let's do this. I am going to look it up. YouTube, you doing okay over there? Is everything just going wrong? Is that what we're gonna do? Okay. That feeling when thank goodness. It's just going very, very slow though. Like what even is happening right now? Wait. Wait, but this doesn't have a clip. Was I doing the wrong one? Oh, the single button flat edge. Slim pen. That's me. That's me. Okay, hold up. All right, I'm gonna start the music again because it's weird when it's quiet. It's really weird when it's quiet. No me gusta. Okay. You know what else I need to do? I need to just go over. I'm gonna go ahead and edit the stream info. Just gonna go ahead and. Yeah, we're just chatting right now. I can't promise art. I can't. Don't worry, I am just changing the title of this stream to "Just the Most Cursed Stream of My Short Streaming Career, Slowly Losing My Mind." Stream info updated successfully. Okay. Microsoft support. What do you have for me here? Let's check it out. Oh, check the Surface app. Why didn't I just do that? Why didn't I just think to do that? Okay, Yeah, I don't. Let's just go ahead and let Microsoft tell me how to fix my Microsoft problems. That sounds good, doesn't it? Place it, make sure it's charged. Okay, okay. Hold the top. Oh, that top button. That's what it is. Okay. Ha. Wait. Okay, not seeing it there. All right, let's try again. Where is the LED on this guy? Okay, okay. Okay, it's going to be underneath the Windows logo. This is what I'm using, by the way, in case you've never seen this before. I'm using a Surface laptop, Surface Studio laptop. And this is the stylus. It's this nice, like, slim one. I'm a big fan. Actually, this is a much bigger improvement over, like, we still have the pen from the old Surface, which is like this more round one. I like this one better. This is pretty good. It feels really nice in my hand when it decides it wants to draw. When it doesn't want to draw, though, it does nothing. And that is less optimal. So I hold this until there should be an LED that blinks. If it doesn't, then pen is dead. Bro, come on. Nothing. What happened is what I want to know. This is just ridiculous. Like, this is not not what I was hoping for on the night that I was going to be trying to finish this piece. Not much is happening. I know I just used this last night and it was fine. So it's supposed to eraser and top button. Yeah. Okay. LED is on this side, just under the Windows logo, which I can clearly see. All right. There is no white light flashing here. No LED visible, which means I'm guessing that the pen is out of battery, which it charges in this neat little dock right here. Is it charging? Is there a light on? Does it do that even? So I'm a little bit worried that it's been unable to charge and just slowly dying in terms of battery. So that's not spectacular to me when I've got an art piece that I want to finish. You guys, this is like the worst stream ever. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, what do we want to do? I haven't really prepped anything. If I was more prepared, I would do something like Words with Friends, or I would stream a game. Like, I have games. I have some Steam games. I don't play that much, but I've got stuff available. But I know last time I tried to stream a game just for fun, I think I had to do some setup to get OBS running on the same processor core as graphics card core, was it? Anyway, as OBS as the game, and I had a little bit of stuff to do because it wouldn't display. So I'm not ready. I'm not prepped to do any of that. Gosh. What can I do? What? And this is Twitch. You can do anything. Well, I showed the work in progress piece. I've shown where the D&D piece is. Yeah, you know what, y'all? It's a quiet stream. There's not really much anybody here. Thank you to those who are here. I appreciate it. There's not a huge crowd here, so I feel pretty comfortable not just trying to soldier on despite literally everything. I feel like this is my sign that this is just not happening tonight. Because yeah, without the pen, without the stylus, there's not really a whole lot. Like I can't do. Yeah, I mean, we have some other styluses, but they don't connect. Like they're not connected to the. Can I use the old one? Does the old one have battery even? This is not the old one. Yeah, that one is for the other computer. Can I use the old one? Let's see. Is the old one even? Does this one even have battery? And this one actually uses manual batteries, which is nice. So it'll be here. Okay. Hold on. Let me cook. Oh my gosh. Saved by the OG. Okay. You guys. Oh my gosh. We can do this. I'll figure out what's wrong with my other pen at a point in the future. But you guys. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, saved by pack ratting the old pen. Okay. We can actually do stuff. I am beyond excited about this. Okay. Edit stream info again. And for those of you who are not feeling like refreshing your browser or don't see the stream title, I am just changing the title now to, we're going back to art for our category. Let me do that. And it's okay, maybe we'll be able to squeak out some progress after a horrific start. Maybe still losing my mind. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this VOD after. Like, this is awful. Man, I may just cut the first whole hour out. I don't even know, you guys. All right, back to art. Back to the art, everyone. Truly the most cursed start to stream I have ever had. I am now wishing that I hadn't removed the Surface Pen pairing, because it seems like it wasn't the Bluetooth side. It seemed like it was actually now the pen itself. But hey, you live, you learn. Live, laugh, love. Yeah. Okay, guys, I can do stuff now. Look, this is amazing. Yes. I'm sure this is gonna feel really weird because I haven't drawn with this pen in a few years. I think the nib is still pretty solid. Yeah, just a little bit of cleanup here. So what I think happened here was this was the, excuse me, the area scaling, which is really useful for filling. Or, oh no, this would have been, I did a select for this layer. The select just got a little bit overzealous and selected a little bit outside of the vector lines. So I'm just gonna tidy this up a little bit. Nope, and of course, yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, it's nice to at least be drawing again. That's pretty wonderful. And feel like I at least have a way, even if my pen is, you know, totes dead, I have a way to move forward and draw until such a time as I replace said, you know, deceased pen. Hopefully it's just that it wasn't, sometimes it can get where it's not entirely on the charging cradle. But usually it has enough life to it that that's not a problem. But tonight it seems well and truly dead, which is unfortunate. Not too far. Okay. Well, thank you all, everyone who's been here, for being with me on this slow journey into insanity. Thank you for your patience. I truly, truly hope your night has gone smoother than this. This has been a whole thing. A whole thing. But I'm here. I guess you have to laugh about it in the end. That's my laugh. That's my laugh about it. But hey, you know, gonna try to stay positive. A cool thing that did happen this week is I resubmitted my paper for my day job stuff. If you don't know, I'm a meteorologist by education. I was at one point, yes, going to be one of the on-camera meteorologists, but ended up being recruited into research. And now I'm a programmer, meteorologist. I mean, okay. I don't have, you know, all the awesome computer science background, but I do write programs. They're not always pretty, but they get the job done. Anyway, all that is to say, that's my day job. And as part of that, I work as part of Colorado State University's Cooperative Institute for Research in the Atmosphere. And I guess technically I should probably be clear that, like, things that I say on stream don't necessarily reflect their opinions or represent their official stances. This stream is my outside of work time, where it's just me speaking as a person and an artist. And that's it. At any rate, I don't like technical writing. I really, really, really don't like technical writing. It is very hard for me. My thesis was definitely not good times back in grad school, and but at the same time, I had developed this kind of method of combining several forecast models that also included, like, you know, taking the official National Hurricane Center forecast, which has to be the official part of the official forecast, and it should be as it should be. They know what they're doing over there in Miami. At any rate, I came up with this technique to do that. That was a bit more of a computer vision problem, and a little different than the way that we'd been doing things. And so it was heavily, you know, it was suggested and encouraged that maybe we should write a journal article about this to share it with the community. And I wrote it like 2.5 years ago. I started it longer ago than that. It had several stalls. I finished it 2.5 years ago, and then got a whole bunch of revisions from my supervisor. but then there's an immediate need for updates in the code and changes in some core behaviors. So of course I, had to put the paper aside. I did all that, and then the paper was now obsolete. So then I rewrote the paper, and finally got through the cycle of internal reviews and edits and submitted it to a journal about a few weeks ago. But of course it came back because they were worried about some of the sizes of the text on some of my captions. So then I had to rework those, and it has officially been resubmitted now. So I'm an official submitter of a scientific journal article, which was never necessarily my primary goal in things, but I'll tell you what, it was a battle, and I'm proud of the fact that I climbed that hill. So that's out there. That's nice. That was a positive thing for the week. Yeah. What else is going on? Okay, I got pens fixed. So now I'm going to get back to what I actually was starting on earlier, which was shading the clock tower. As you can see, this is the Twilight Town clock tower. If you've ever played Kingdom Hearts 2 or later in the series, this is a place they like to revisit. The developers like to bring the characters back to occasionally. It's this beautiful area that's always like golden hour. I love this space in the game. You got some pretty big plot moments that happen in here. And I chose this moment featuring some of the characters like that, maybe you don't all see necessarily all at once here. In the game proper, and I have put them all together here. And we have some ideas for what we want to do. As you know, if you've seen some of my pieces that seen some of the stuff I've done for GDQ before, I don't necessarily like to do straight up canvas prints. I started out doing like 8x10 prints and then canvas prints, and that was cool and all, but they're not useful, and not everyone really prefers to put that kind of stuff on their wall, or necessarily has the wall space to put up a gigantic portrait, right? So I kind of changed tact with it, thanks to Ashley and her help, and she had a really cool idea, which was to get thems. I don't really know where I was going with that. Print things as usable items. So the first one we did was a really super fluffy blanket, and it was amazing. Actually, that was the same year that I started this piece. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all. And that was based on the game Sonic and Knuckles. No, I don't want sticky keys. Come on, man. Get out of here with your sticky keys. Sticky keys. I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, it was amazing. That one we actually did finish in time to get shipped here to check out. And oh my gosh. It was so fluffy and amazing. Granted, we had already submitted as a prize, so GDQ was expecting it. So I couldn't just be like, actually, I'm going to keep it. But man, I was a little bit tempted. It was amazing. Actually, hold on. I can share it. If you haven't seen it, I was proud of that piece too. Yeah, it's this guy right here, he says, as it's still loading. And then his computer explodes. The pen falls apart in his hand, and his drawing glove disintegrates as his mind slowly unravels. Yeah, I was pretty happy with how this one came out. I probably could have been a little more intentional with the background blur or done things a little bit differently, but overall, I was pretty happy with this. And the blanket came out so good. I was really proud of that. So that was the first one, and then later I did a Link's Awakening illustration that we put on a beach blanket because it was on the beach at Koholland Island, right? And that was really fun. I loved that one too. And what else did we do? What was after that? And then I think I might have missed one event. I think one event. I took a break because things were just kind of crazy in our life. But then the next one I did was just the last one for Awesome Games Done Quick this year, and that was some Pokemon mugs with the it was a set of 3 mugs with all of the Johto starters and their evolutions. Those came out really good too. I was pretty proud. And I don't know what that voice was, honestly. I'm sorry, so very sorry. Okay, we need to nope. Exactly. Nope, I don't want to do this on the multiply layer. I want to do this on the flat colors layer because I'm doing a flat color. Yeah? Okay, there we go. That matches it. And then I'll go back to here. There we go. So we can do shadows. It's not really, I guess there's like, oh, there is a little bit of a lip there. Dang it. No! Why? Sorry, so sorry. Well, how do I want to do this? What's gonna be the easiest way? Okay. I mean, I can just... very carefully. Okay. Hello. Okay, we're thinking. Clip Studio's cooking. Okay, it doesn't have to be a big lip. It's just a little bit of a lip. There we go. Okay, we're thinking. All right. Good. There we go, we got it. Real talk, you guys, I'm really, I'm thankful that we were able to salvage something of this stream and get a little bit of art time in, because you know how I'm always like, guys, this is so therapeutic for me. Oh, you guys, it really is. And no. So you might remember, straight lines are my worst nightmare. Apparently, you know, downing like a coffee and then nope. Okay, that's it. I'm calling in the closer. Oh, yeah. Get a little bit lower on that. Did I do that on? I did. Excellent. Okay. No, that was definitely not what I meant to do. That is, though. No. Well, you guys, you're seeing it all unvarnished tonight. Oh my gosh. You know, I was saying before how I'm kind of amazed that... Oh, you know, I could have just done... Oh. Yeah, that would have also worked. I'm kind of amazed that I haven't had more nights like this. Sleep is... With one of our kiddos, sleep has been an issue since forever. What is that? Okay, I see what happened. I see. It's like, wait, where did you come from? But I used a fill bucket, and it caught onto an edge of something. It's like, ah, you must want to fill. Nope. There we go. Yeah, sleep has historically been an issue with one of our kiddos, and we've been fighting this battle for a long time. And sometimes it's more managed, and sometimes it's not. There have been a few nights where they haven't been out, and I've had to help. Or there have been a few nights like where, you know, Ashley stepped in. And usually she does. Actually, she has been a big help supporting, giving me this window of opportunity to stream. But sometimes she also needs to be doing stuff or getting ready for bed, and I'm like, I can handle it. And usually I can. It's fine. But yeah, I'm thankful that as many times as have worked out for streaming, have without interruption. So, and honestly, I will say, it's kind of the tech issues too that brought this stream to a whole new level of curse. I am intensely relieved right now that I at least have something to do art on. The pen dying is a problem and will probably cause me a little bit of anxiety until I get that resolved with my other pen, because I really like the other pen. It's no offense pen, but I really like the feel of the other one. So I'm kind of bummed that it did not. No. Sticking keys also seems super sensitive tonight. I pushed the shift key twice, and it's like, clearly you want the shift key on forever. Okay. Okay. Nope, that was definitely not it. All right. There we go. No, you know, just use the pen, bro. Just use the pen, bro. Okay. All right, so here we are. We're doing okay. Oh, you know what I should do? I keep forgetting. I'm gonna open up the navigator window so we have at least a view of the whole illustration at once, instead of just having it be like super zoomed in and unclear what exactly is happening. I'm gonna make you a little bit bigger. I'm gonna just kind of park you over here. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, hold on a second. Let me let you guys see it. Okay. Hold on, just doing a little resizing here to get the whole thing. I'm gonna put it. Okay, it should be mostly out of the way up here. Let's try that. Let's try going with that. Okay. I don't want to dock it. Okay. So now I can be a little more zoomed in and working, and at least y'all can still see what's going on. with the bigger piece, or where we're fitting in with the bigger piece. Yeah, I know a lot of the time I don't really talk too much about like neurodiverse parenting challenges. I'm neurodiverse myself, and at least that I have ADHD, which is its own set of challenges as well, of course. But I know I've shared a lot about the epilepsy, at least, and how that one has touched our family. But yeah, there's a lot of daily life stuff too that just gets a little bit trickier sometimes. But it's not like I would change anything in terms of, I wouldn't change our family members. I wish that things were easier for them and sometimes for us, but it's a complicated thing to articulate, and maybe that is a sign that I should stop trying to articulate it, because it does run the risk then of getting a little bit misinterpreted or lost. But yeah, tonight's one of those nights where I guess I'm just feeling it more, so that's why it kind of comes out a little bit. Alright, so what I am doing here is adding these lines of shadow for what they call ambient occlusion. And that just means that, where two things touch each other, there's going to be like a little bit of a shadow, yeah, like a little bit of an indent, or a little bit of just because the light can't quite get into the crevice. And the occlusion just means that, it's being blocked by something. And ambient is, of course, being like the things in the environment. No, I actually want it to be flat so I can use this. No, I really don't want sticky keys, guys. Please stop asking me. I don't think you guys hear that little beep when it pops up the window, but yeah, if you push the shift key too much, it's like, do you want sticky keys? Which just means, keep shift button on forever. Yeah, usually I don't know what just happened here. Oh, oh no. just a second. No, why? Why? What have I done? Okay. Love this song.
To see me, just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it always be burning down the walls?
Okay. You know what I was starting to say before is was actually about the line tool. Usually I'm not actually that big of a fan of overusing the line tool. I started out using it a lot, and I had a really good instructor for an intensive Ashley and I did on graphic novel stuff. And the point that they made was pretty simple, and I think it makes a lot of sense, which is that especially when it comes to like comics and graphic novels or even like illustrative work, a lot of times, oh, is this the Pokemon theme? This is amazing. A lot of the times, when you use a lot of like ruler tools and line tools and have all those like perfect angles and edges, it kind of sucks the life out of your piece. It you know, everything looks just so, and it's kind of yeah, it's very straight and neat, but it's also very rigid. And you know, I really took that advice to heart when I heard it, and I still think it's in general a really good rule. It's also really helpful for just reminding yourself not to get too precious about it with your own work, because perfectionism is for sure a thing. And if you're sitting there using all the tools that give you all the perfect lines, you're like, well, I have to use it on everything. Everything has to be exactly right. And it's a very quick way to take a lot of the fun and looseness and energy out of not just the drawing itself, but also out of like your feeling doing it. So I try not to do it for most of my pieces, but when I came to this one, I remember this because this, as I was saying, I actually started this piece in 24, when I did the Sonic piece, and I liked it so much that I came back and worked on it quite a bit to try to make some more progress. And I remember my logic at the time was that, you know, hey, look at this clock tower. Like, one of the big features of it is the really like clean geometry that, I don't know, I have one of my critique group members is an architect, and they probably could tell me much better what the name for the style is. But that the clean modern style and the line, like, and the geometry of it is what really makes it stand out and makes it very identifiable. Am I losing my mind? Is this line... Oh, I hand drew that, didn't I? Okay. I think I hand drew that one last night, because I was like, why is this line wavy? Didn't I use the line tool? Am I just completely losing my mind? Is that what's happening? Are we just crazy now? Maybe. But no, it was just drawn with a different tool the last time I was working, and that's okay. It is actually a very small detail. I probably don't need to be spending this much time on it. Okay. But yeah, it's this piece has been a challenge because of the amount of detail they go into getting this this clock tower right. The characters, at the time, I didn't I mean, I used to draw a bit in more realistic style, or even you might, you know, call it a bit more of like a kind of manga-esque kind of like style. Kind of, we'll just go with a bit more realistic, right? Like, I do everything pretty cartoony in general. And especially that was true like back a few years ago. I really hadn't, you know, done as much. Like branching out with this D&D piece that I've been working on has been a huge growth for me in that area. Even though I used to, like, for fun art, like do that, I hadn't done it for a few years in the more realistic style. So it was for a bit working on the characters a bit slower, and I would honestly go back probably now and do the line art a little bit differently. But it was good enough in my mind to keep working with, and I'm happy with how it came out, honestly. But the thing that took the most time for sure is this clock tower, and just like the amount of detail and the very precise like geometry of it all has just been a bit of a challenge. I'm a bit curious how this part will go. Whether, you know, it's going to be just kind of more par for the course with the doing the shadows, or whether, you know, I can get it to speed up a little bit. Because ideally, like, you know, I want to be done with this as soon as possible. But I want it to be something that I'm really happy with too. I don't want to look at it and be like, oh, I clearly rushed that. I wish I hadn't rushed it so much. But also, wait, where did you? No! Did that just disappear on you guys? Okay, I pulled out there. All right, hold on a second. It auto-docked on me when I was just trying to move it. Oh, goodness gracious, Navigator, why? Why must you? How are we looking? Better. Okay, that works. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's definitely kind of that forever challenge as an artist of balancing out, like, getting everything just so versus like finishing it, being done. Like, what, how much is good enough, and how much is too much, how much is lacking. All right, I'm just gonna have to do this a little bit. That's too much. Hey, look at that, answered my own question. So now if I zoom in, okay, that works for me. Let's hope that this black line actually goes all the way across, because textured pens are great. They're so great. So great. Okay, this is definitely inset here. Okay, so you come underneath here. Actually, I could probably do a little bit wider of a shadow on that. It's a pretty solid, looking at the reference, it's a pretty solid difference in how close to the camera it comes. So I need to give it a little more relief to emphasize that. And then also under this piece. Okay, we're getting there. Sitting here, it's 11:35 for those of you keeping score. Yeah. We'll see if I'm really on a roll at the end, and by the time we start getting close to 12, I might consider pushing things a bit later to try to make up for the start to the stream. But I'm also at this moment pretty wiped out. So I may just opt to wrap things up at the usual time. Well, I often go late, so at the alleged usual. That's definitely a word that people say like all the time. Totally. I may just opt to wrap things up at the usual time, just to kind of not try to push it for the sake of, getting through. I've pretty much realized I'm not gonna get this wrapped tonight. That's okay. It was a good goal. I will, at the very least, be getting it done, earlier than I did the last one, and that's a big one. Like, I think with not too much crazy effort, I can get this one wrapped up this weekend, and submit it off to GDQ, the prize team, and if they approve it, then get the actual item shipped, which, by the way, I don't think I've actually announced that yet. Partially because I'm not 100% sure. Oh, please don't tell me this pen died. Please. Oh, good. We're just not responding. There we go. Like, let's just add one more horrible technology moment. That would be just dandy. So that was the weirdest way I could possibly have said that. Oh my gosh. So yeah, about the actual donation item. Oh, I think I did that angle wrong, because if the center point here is coming out closer. Yeah, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Boop, boop. Since this is lower, I would actually want this to come more like that, because that will be closer. Okay, I think realistically it would look a little more like this. Realistically. Maybe. But I'm gonna go with that. I think I'm comfortable with that. Time to freehand circles and cry. Alright. I can't even, you guys. Okay, that kind of works. It's good. You know what? That's great. That is good enough. That is good enough is great. Oh. Have you ever had the situation where like it actually becomes so stressful that it becomes ridiculous? Like not as a figure of speech ridiculous, like, oh man, that's so ridiculous, but like where your brain literally stops processing it as a stressor and is just like, this is funny now. This is funny. You're gonna start laughing. You're gonna be so frustrated, and then in the middle of it, you're gonna just start laughing, and people are gonna think that you've lost your mind, and it's gonna be great. You haven't? No, no, me neither. It's fine. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's definitely happened to me. Man, this song is everywhere tonight. It's funny because I've been hearing it a bit more, have been listening to it a little bit more outside, like during my work time. So apparently it's just following me everywhere is what's happening. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it means I need to go buy Persona 5 to not have time to play it. Maybe no. I don't think I thought that one out. I didn't realize that DJ Cutman actually did 2 versions of this song. But apparently he did. I'm a fan of his work. So he's an artist that's featured on Game Chop's video game study lounge, which is what I typically play here in the background on stream. He does some amazing remixes from the Link's Awakening soundtrack as well. I'm a huge fan of those. Yeah, what? I guess just to, like what I was saying. No? Come on. There we go. Let's go. Yeah, I've had 1 or 2 times in my life where, it's that instant switch, and honestly, it feels weird experiencing it, and I'm sure it's weird for anybody around too, where you just like, my brain is just like, nope, can't do it anymore, can't take it seriously anymore, too stressful, I'm just gonna make you think it's funny now, time to laugh like a crazy person. And so I do. Come on. Alright, well, what I just remembered is that I am actually going to be blurring the edges with these, so maybe I just need to chill about this. Oh, I did these wrong too. The big shapes I need to get right. But the edges I'm gonna blur, so if they're a little wavy, it's gonna actually be just fine. Nope. I'm maybe a little bit spent. Nope. So what I'm trying to do, oh my gosh. Nope. I need to switch the angle up here. Sometimes if I can find a way to do like the most continuous line, like the broadest stroke, I can kind of get what I'm looking for. But sometimes also no. There, that was better. This is from 10, right? This is from Final Fantasy 10. Is driving me crazy. What? No, it's not 10. Oh my gosh. I literally just listened to the song the other day. Balam Garden. This is 8. This is not 10. It's just gonna chalk it up to being tired. gotta finish this. No, I'm not gonna finish this tonight, but I want to make good progress, you know, and I want to be here to, you know, at the time I promised, or for most of the time that I promised, in my just general stream schedule to get this, you know, spend this time here sharing the art, but also because it's really important for me. It's really helpful for me to have this time. Yeah, so no, I did that wrong. It's like I redid these, but then I just redid them wrong. Oh, why am I doing... It is one of those nights, y'all. It is one of those nights. Well, this one's backwards. Wait. Come on. Okay. Again, don't need to use the pen. Can use the line tool here. I think what I didn't finish saying about the line tool earlier is just that I decided not to fight it for this piece, and that this is what really the geometry and the neatness of the lines is kind of part of the defining factor, defining features of this clock tower, and so I figured it was actually pretty important to keep them. So it took a lot of precise line work and a lot of time to kind of get that. But I did eventually get there. And, you know, the flat colors were still fairly simple. Like, still probably more than if it was a less complicated design, but not too bad. But where I really, you know, feeling the pain of the level of detail again is here at this shading stage, because this is where you gotta kind of account for it all to give everything. Okie dokie. To give everything that depth and kind of rendering. So this is where I'm feeling the pain of all this geometry. Geometric pain. I don't know what I'm doing here. But, hey, oh, I heard it. Oh my gosh, someone did it. They did the thing. This is exciting. So this is actually one of my 3-year streamiversary improvements that I snuck out ahead of time. And this is the first time someone has actually triggered the follow notification. So thank you for the follow, and also for proving that it worked in a live stream, because that kind of made my night. Wherever you are, this has been one of the most, due to technical issues and parenting challenges. This has been like one of the hardest streams of my short streaming career so far. So thank you for lifting me up tonight. I really, you don't know how much I appreciated that. That was really nice. You know, it might be easier just to, yeah. It might be easier just to try to do this as a, like, clear this all out and then fill in the shadow along there. That's what I'm going to try to do. Why am I just not using the curve tool more? This is definitely going to make my life easier. There we go. Yeah, that, I like that better. Let's do that. Let's do that way. That sounds great. But yeah, I hope y'all are having a good night so far. I hope it's been a good week. One of the things that I've loved about having chosen Thursday nights as a time to stream is that Friday is just the last day of the week, so it's something fun to do, something to look forward to as the week starts to wind down. And yeah, tomorrow's the last day of the week, the work week, and that's a nice feeling as well. Nope, didn't quite get that. How do we want to do this? Okay. Alright, where are we at on this? Okay, so that looks pretty... It's coming along. There's still a lot more shading. There's so much detail in this. And I'll have to, of course, add shadows for the characters once everything else is done. But this is coming along okay. I'm pretty happy with this. I think we will get there within the next few days. Oh, I will have to paint in that background a little bit. Someone made this out of Legos, by the way. These are my reference images. I use these to pull colors. I use these in the initial sketching as well to just kind of make sure everything was on track and lined up well. Because, you know, I want to be, for the most part, accurate. You know, I don't want to be so beholden to everything that I, you know, lose some of the looseness and fun, but I want to make sure it's accurate because I love this area in the games. Yeah, I want to do it justice. Okay, let's hop back in. I'm going to turn these guys off just for now, just to make sure I'm getting the detail that I need. Actually, I can clear this line out. You're not doing anything for me there. Okay. This side of the clock tower is done now. So let's go back here. Okay. Where do I want to go next? Let's go ahead and do in here. Go like here. That seems pretty good. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. I actually think I'm gonna lighten this one up a little bit, just because I want to make this darker as well, but okay. I think that gives me some of the depth that I was looking for. Let's go ahead and pull this color again. Okay. There is a little bit of an embossed lip on this. Yeah, okay. Okay, actually just a little bit bigger. How well can I match this curve? Let's see. Not quite. I mean, I could just freehand this. That might be a bit much. We'll be smoothing this out a bit, so I feel pretty comfortable with the wavies. Mostly comfortable, not 1,000,000% uncomfortable. I don't know how I want to describe that. It's fine. We're just gonna go with it's fine. Everything's fine. We'll fix it in post. You know, I was thinking, especially after how the beginning of the stream went, trying to remember, like, I feel like I had one or two other rough streams, and then I remembered the one where I'm pretty sure it was COVID that we all got hit with in the house. The one where it was like I was down the first day or two of the week, and then like basically Ashley and I like pro wrestling like tagged each other. Like Ashley tagged out and I tagged in as I was like coming down the stairs, just feeling well enough to like potentially usefully parent. And like for some unknown reason to me, I decided, you know, one, I'm like, yes, I'm definitely gonna stream. I think it was like I came down with it on a Monday, or even it started hitting like on a Sunday or something like that, and I was just fully down on Monday and part of Tuesday maybe, and like I was just coming up from it as Ashley was like, it was fully hitting her, and I was like, yes, Thursday I will go ahead and stream. And it was, to my credit, I was mostly feeling better, but I decided not only was I going to stream, but I was going to use that as like my first time ever to do a like just make a comic on the spot. I was like, yes, I have never in my life completed a comic in 2 hours, but oh no, this is the wrong tool. But this night, where I'm not feeling my best and, you know, just coming out of things, this is clearly the best night I could possibly choose to do this. So that went about as well as you would expect. It wasn't terrible, but also wasn't great. I think I've also had some streams on travel that I've done where they've been a little bit rough, but you know, trying to do a stream over hotel internet is not always easy. Some of the Airbnbs have been okay, so there's that at least. But yeah, I've had some interesting ones. I don't know that any of them have been as interesting as tonight started out. Tonight wins for most interesting, and that's like the nicest word I'm gonna give to it. Okay, this is like, we've got a little bit of that sense of depth, a little bit, and there's some cleanup to do, obviously. All right, I do see the time, and I can worry about fills on this, like tomorrow or this weekend. But what I'm really after is just kind of getting this base little bit here done. It is nice to feel like I'm on a little bit of a rhythm here after the rocky start, but I will probably be calling it soon here for stream and just trying to get a rest, because the other part of the sleep struggle that I don't know if I've mentioned is sometimes when kiddos can't sleep and they go to sleep much later than they should, your brain is like, oh, this is okay, this was rough, but hey, definitely, sleep in tomorrow. That's what'll happen. They'll sleep in and I'll sleep in and we'll all sleep in and it will be great. And your brain is wrong, is what happens there. And the kid's brain is like, nope, I'm gonna get up actually early now. So that's probably what awaits me in the morning. So it would probably be wise to not push a super late stream. Although admittedly I'm struggling pulling myself away right now. Because I'm quite happy with the progress. Oh my goodness. Actually, I think I can erase this line. Yeah, I don't think those lines needed to be there. Okay. You know what? This was a good salvage. This was a good salvage. I'm gonna call it on art here. Saving at the moment. Always save your work. And we're gonna hop back to just chatting for a minute. Woo! Hey, hello, it's me again. Okay. Yeah, to be fully honest, like this was a tough one. This was not my smoothest stream ever. I think we can all agree on that. Between technical issues and the late start and some delays for kiddo stuff. And I know it threw me off a little bit, and I was definitely not at my most laid back self, but this was a good save, honestly. We came back. I'm so thankful there's a workaround where I was able to actually get a working pen and get some stuff done. That was a real bonus. I'm gonna count the blessings on this one, you guys. I was this close to just calling it on stream, even a half an hour in, so I'm glad we stuck it out. I'm glad I stuck it out. I'm glad we got some progress tonight. I'm glad somebody triggered the follow alert. I was so excited. Thank you for that. It really made my night. And honestly, the art time really helped me a lot. So thank you guys. It's been a journey for me tonight too. I just appreciate y'all being here. So next Thursday, yeah, let's hope for that. God willing, all will go well. just gonna cross our fingers, guys. Yeah, so next Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time here in the States. That is my stream time, 10 to midnight. Always looking to see if I can figure out a time to get some extra streams in. But for now, that's where I'm at, consistently at least. So that's where you can find me. Well, let's see what else. If you like what you see here, if you like our work or want to see more of our work, you can always check out our socials. Did I spell that right? I did, yay! Okay, so we're WagWorksGA everywhere that we are, which is primarily here on Twitch and on YouTube. Full VODs of all these streams do get put there. I feel like I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on this one when I upload it. It's like, hey guys, I hope you like the Be Right Back screen because you're gonna see a lot of it the first hour. Yeah, so you can find us there. I do occasionally do edited videos. As you might guess, it's a little hard to find the time, but I would like to do more of that, or maybe do some specifically for YouTube recorded content. I'm toying around with some ideas of what I might do as I move into my 4th year of streaming. But we'll see. That's not decided yet. But for now, you can definitely find the VODs there. I usually publish the VODs immediately upon finishing stream, and then the YouTube version of the VODs will show up a week later on Wednesdays at 12:30. So you can catch up on this week's stream ahead of next week's stream if you didn't catch it live. While Twitch only holds on to a certain number of them, the YouTube channel has every single stream I've done, no matter how cursed. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, so that's the deal there. That's the deal there. Also, our website, I should mention, is great. It's great. You can find more of our art there. You can see some of the works in progress of the D&D piece and individual character illustrations there. You can see some of my, all of my Lunar New Year Zodiac animals. You can see some of my other portfolio stuff, some of our other concepts for kids graphic novels that Ashley and I have worked on. We also have a store, stuff like that. So check out the website. Also, Cartoons. If you've been watching, you've probably seen the message about Cartoons. The Substack is a little quiet right now, but it will be brought back to life eventually, I think. We're kind of moving into a new mode on Cartoons as we wrap up this year of bi-monthly digital magazines, which, by the way, you can find those over here. We have, especially since we've stopped selling the subscriptions, you can go to lovereading.co/cartoons/cartoons-tribune-activities. And that is just where you'll find the most recent issue that we've done. This one we actually didn't do comics for. It's an all activities issue that we wanted to get to teachers and kids ahead of their summer breaks, just so the summer brain rot doesn't hit quite as hard. But yeah, you can click on in there. You can download a PDF printable version for activities if you have kiddos, or you're just looking for some fun, not too crazy activities to do. Check it out. It's great. Yeah, what else tonight? This, I believe, will be the last stream working on this Kingdom Hearts 2 piece. I think this will actually be the last we see of it. I'm going to work very hard to wrap it up this weekend, or ahead of next stream, so I can get it sent to GDQ, and get their approval, and then get stuff printed, because I would really like to check it out before we send it in. So that's my plan. Next week, we'll probably be going into either the D&D piece again, or some stuff for stream improvement, things for the 3-year stream anniversary, which that's my next topic. 3-year stream anniversary will be July 3rd. I'll probably, because of the proximity to the 4th of July weekend and family events, I will definitely be streaming on the 2nd. That's a Thursday night, ahead of time, and I would love to do a little bit more maybe an additional stream or two there on my 3-year stream anniversary. So stay tuned. I will let everybody know, but that's now, gosh, less than a month away. That's pretty exciting stuff. I will always. He wasn't able to make it tonight. He's been working nights. We've been missing him. But our moderator Frank, he's actually a really great comic artist as well. So I'm gonna shout him out. I don't know. I thought he might be streaming a little bit more soon. But he works on his comics on stream as well as gaming, so check that out if you're interested. Also, you can find his comics, Loosey Goosey comic, over on Instagram, which is just Loosey Goosey comic. Check it out. It's fun. He does a lot of great work. He's got a really good like Sunday Funnies type feel to it. I always enjoy them. So check out Frank, support him, show him some love. Yeah, okay. I think we did it, guys. I think we made it through. Nothing has yet exploded, so I'm gonna call it while we're still ahead. So thank you so much for being with me tonight. If you're watching the VOD, just know that this was every bit as cursed in real time as it was watching it recorded. So if you enjoyed it or just want to show some support, feel free to like or subscribe or follow or comment, whatever you're feeling moved to do. In fact, if you want to just type in the comments your favorite most cursed part of the stream, do that. That would be kind of interesting. So down there, I don't know what I'm doing. It's good. Anyway, go for it. Oh goodness. Yeah, just know, guys, this actually helped me on a night that was just full of challenges anyway. Getting the chance to spend this time with y'all was really nice and helped me out a lot. So I really appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time as always. I love doing this. This fills a spot in my heart. So I hope y'all have a good night. I hope you have a good week ahead of you. I will see you guys next time for hopefully much less cursed, much more normal streams. Thank you guys again for being here. I hope you have a good night. Bye.